All right. First, here is our progressive news report. Workers can expect to have a champion in the future Joe Biden administration. Good news. The president-elect has chosen a group of economic advisors who all have a history of supporting marginalized workers, focusing on increasing worker earnings and reducing racial and gender discrimination in the economy. How refreshing. They include Janet Yellen, the former Federal Reserve Chair, as Treasury Secretary, Cecilia Rouse of Princeton University. She's to head the White House Council of Economic Advisors. And I know her, I love her, Neera Tanden of the Center for American Progress think tank is coming aboard to run the Office of Management and Budget. Now, Biden made a pledge to business groups 2 weeks ago. You heard this? He said labor unions are going to have increased power in his administration. So buckle up. The party's over, the pitchforks have come out. And these picks basically suggest that Biden is planning on following through with that. I think that this shows that Democrats know that they need to make tangible economic progress felt on a large scale, not only to save the economy, but basically to set the empty rhetoric of Republicans and their failed trickle-down economic policies clear. We're going to keep our eye on this program on what policies they are doing, how they are affecting people, and what Trump wanted to do, lest people should forget where we would have been if Trump were elected and the old two-party do-it bullshit continue. Oh, I swore. Anyway, the Biden team will be focused initially on increased federal spending to reduce unemployment. Sounds good. And of course, the expanded safety net to cushion households that have continued to suffer as the coronavirus persists and the recovery slows. I didn't know we were in a recovery. They're calling it a recovery because why? The Dow went to 30,000 a few weeks ago. People I know are still suffering. They're not recovering. They're maybe waiting for it to show up on Main Street. All right. We're moving on to the next story. I know there's going to be a lot of yeah buts in the comments section on YouTube. I'm sure of this. Yeah, but Biden sucks on XYZ. Yeah, right. He's going to suck on some things and maybe be good on other things. That's politics. That's what politics is. You can't have a perfect system. You can't take your toys and go home because it's not perfect. Most people didn't do that this time. They came out and voted. So we'll see. California's Labor Secretary, Julie Su, is being seriously considered for the post of the United States Secretary of Labor. This is a big deal. She's the daughter of Chinese immigrants, and she received national attention for representing a group of Thai garment workers who were freed from a California sweatshop in 1995. Correct. California's has a sweatshop up until 1995. And she had to free the garment workers there. Unbelievable. This work contributed to the creation of the T visa you know about, of course. That's the one for victims of human trafficking. As the Secretary of Labor, she would oversee unemployment insurance, worker safety, what else? Job training, other aspects of the economic recovery that we need to start. I maintain we are not in, not to mention implementing the sweeping pro-labor agenda that Biden campaigned on, which is to increase workplace requirements and make it easier for workers to organize, among other things. Many of these responsibilities dovetail with Sue's current work in California, where she has overseen jobless benefits and worker safety as millions of Californians confront this pandemic, along with the rest of the world. Also, the Washington Supreme Court recently ruled that dairy workers, this is great news report for labor. Dairy workers are now eligible for overtime pay. Not only could this decision apply to all agricultural workers in Washington state, where they have a lot, but it could potentially provide a groundbreaking legal possibility for the rest of the entire country. Justice Gonzalez embraced the plaintiff's legal argument that the farm worker exclusion violates the Equal Protection Clause because it was racially motivated. He connected the racist history with the reality of farm workers today. As a group, they're among the poorest workers in the nation, almost 3/4 immigrant and overwhelmingly Spanish-speaking and or Latinx, with shorter life expectancies, higher rates of sexual harassment, victims of social and political exclusion. It is a marginalized group for sure. And are farm workers not essential workers? Why do we keep paying the people who keep us alive so much less than the people who are trying to kill us by sucking all of the money out of our pockets? You can answer that in the YouTube. I really have been enjoying reading your comments on YouTube. Anyway, the justices ended their opinion saying that excluding farm workers from health and safety protections cannot be justified by an assertion that the agricultural industry and our society's general welfare depends on a caste system that is repugnant to our nation's best self. So pretty good news in terms of labor. I'm Julianna Forlano. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the button and the like button and the bell button so you can get alerted every time we come out with something else. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow.